Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Spanish Loops. Welcome back to another week with just to cope with us, our chats, our talks, our thoughts, our everything. Francisco, hello.
Hola, Jorge, as you say, here we are ready to talk. Why don't we get some music to start with?
Yes, let's start with our symphony.
Welcome, everybody, to this new episode of Spanish Loops. Here we are, Jorge Roman from travelingwithjorge.com and Francisco Glaria from travelingsteps.es. Welcome one more week. And this week, we have a very interesting topic. Jorge, enlighten us. What are we going to be talking this week?
Latinas. Oh.
Woo!
Oh, yes, another week. Oh, Francisco, how many chapters have we done already? But we have never talked about, we have talked about Pablo Picasso, his works, his masterpieces, etc. But we have never talked about him, the person.
And not a very nice guy, let's say.
Well, being a genius, I think, is a side effect of what it could be in your personality. There is a very, very extremely thin line among reality or what it could be in your mind. When you are, during your lifetime, an artist is considered a genius. Okay, we have several examples from many artists from all over the world, but because this program is called Spanish Loops and it happens that Pablo Picasso was Spanish, let's talk about this person. By the way, he was born in Malaga, my birthplace. Okay.
By the way, it's like
By the way,
we have never
but
heard
hey,
that.
guys
Yes.
out there, don't consider what we're going to talk today about him. It's got nothing to do with the average Malagueño person. I've
Oh,
got
God, no.
nothing to do with him. Okay.
No, 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 no.
So, well, yeah, Francisco, he was born in Malaga. Actually, the exact day, it was October the 25th, 1881. And, his full name. Do you know his full name, Francisco?
Pablo Ruiz Picasso, but I don't know if he has middle names.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. His baptism name was Pablo Diego José Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno Crispín Crispiniano María Remedios de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz Picasso.
Okay, let's call him Pablo. All of that is his name.
Also known as Pablo Picasso.
Much easier, precise. That's who we're going to be talking today about.
That's right. Let's say that was his baptism name, his Christian name. But obviously, you cannot put that on your ID or your passport. You have to use it somehow. Here in Spain, we have still by default, now you can change if you want to, but by default, you have a birth name, your main name. Mine is Jorge, yours is Francisco. Picasso's was Pablo. Then his father's family name, Ruiz, and Picasso with double S. That sounded a little more commercial and out of the regular average name, Ruiz, like Martinez, like Perez, like Lopez. Okay, don't you agree, Francisco, that
Yeah,
that could be a
Ruiz,
little bit?
it's a very common name in Spain. Well,
Yeah,
Picasso, it's totally not too many people's last name is Picasso.
correct.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and of course, the full name I just said, it might sound like it's going to be a king or part of the novelty of Spain, but no, it was just a regular baby. Well, about his family, his dad, Jose Ruiz Blasco, that was his father's name. He was a painter and art professor. So little Pablo was surrounded by brushes and canvases from, the get-go. By the time he was just 14, Picasso was already enrolled in the art school in Barcelona. And traditional training, yeah, that didn't really suit him. He was too curious, too restless, and he wanted to break the rules and not following them. Now, here is when we're going to start now about his real personality. Love came into his life, and it was in 1904 when he met the first female that was or affected his life from that moment onward. Her name was Fernand Olivier. Francisco, the microphone is yours.
Okay, so we on this podcast, one of the things we want to make quite clear is that we admire. If you have been following us, we admire Pablo Picasso's art immensely. But
Absolutely.
him as a human being, he was not the nicest person.
Hmm.
Before before he went to France, when he's in Paris, sorry, when he's training in Barcelona, all the cultural people in Barcelona, they are gathering in a small cafe, very, very close to the cathedral, still running. Los Cuatro Gatos, the four cats.
Mm-hmm.
There is where he's going to meet Federico Garcia Lorca, where he's going to meet Luis Buñuel, where he's going to meet Salvador Dali. All
Yeah.
of these intellectual people.
Yeah.
And from here, we start seeing that he doesn't get along, especially very well, with Federico Garcia Lorca and Salvador Dali.
Francisco, Fran, sorry. Okay. You just said that he was merging himself into that movement, that Art Nouveau movement that it was in Barcelona in the early 20th century, as you well said in that very famous art gallery called the Four Cats, that nowadays keeps the name, but it's a restaurant.
It's a cafe.
Okay, it's a very famous restaurant, very close to the cathedral, not the Sagrada Familia, the
The
Cathedral of
cafe.
Barcelona. And you said that he didn't get along very well with Federico Garcia Lorca, right?
Well,
Does this got to do something to do with because Federico Garcia Lorca at that time, I mean, all his life, he was openly gay, and that was when he just let his homophobic side
show up.
show up. Yeah.
Yes. This, Pablo Picasso is a manly man, is a macho guy. And Federico is a very soft, very gay, and he doesn't hide it. In fact, Federico Garcia Lorca has a relationship with Salvador Dali.
Mm-hmm.
Pablo Picasso cannot stand neither Federico Garcia Lorca, our most important poet,
Yeah.
or Salvador Dali, the famous painter Salvador Dali.
That he's also very well known because Salvador Dali was very all his life, although he married later on to Gala,
Mhm.
okay, his wife, but he also had in his entire life a kind of a what word I'm looking for, androgynous look like attitude that you couldn't tell if he really liked men or liked women, or it was a kind of an attitude that, by what you're saying about Picasso, he didn't get along very well with that. Is that right?
No, I mean, they didn't get along at all. There's a big fight between the two of them. Yes, at the beginning they were friends.
Mm-hmm.
It was much more complex than just homophobic. Okay. It is a moment in Spain where you either stay in Spain and go with the tradition and the beginning of the war. It's before the war, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
it's where you have to place yourself. And
Yeah.
Picasso cannot stand what he sees, where it's going on, and he migrates or he goes exiles himself in France.
So
Once,
could be also, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm
no,
just getting very curious about all these things because things are clicking now in my head. Okay. You know, Picasso was very much to the left.
uh-huh,
Okay. His thoughts and everything. He couldn't stand anything to do with conservative people. And also at the same time, he exiled himself before the Civil War started or just by the Civil War started.
mhm.
But Dali was he was conservative, but at the same time, he was pro monarchy, pro whoever was in the power at the time. He loved the money, and it was also an ideological thing or dispute among Picasso and Dali.
You're totally right. It is
Hmm.
not just that he was homophobic. He was also, I would say, not a good companion, a good friend. It's we cannot judge
Tunnel vision.
childhood, but we cannot judge with today's eyes what was going on in Spain at that moment.
Hmm.
It was a moment that you need to protect yourself, your family, your sanity, your money, your everything. Picasso opted to get away.
Hmm.
Dali decided to stay and say, I will serve, I will get along with whomever is in power. If it's a monarchy, it's a monarchy. If it's a dictatorship, I don't care. I want to live in Spain. To me, both sides are okay. I think it's more courageous, Picasso's decision,
Yeah.
more courageous. Dali is such a constraining, such a hard decision. You have to hide what you are for the rest of your life.
Hmm.
So Picasso did not understand, could not get it. So that's why they got in a huge fight. Not just because he was homophobic, that he was, but also because he could not stand, you're an artist, you should be free minded, you should be left wing. Period. If you're not with
Right.
me, you're against me.
Hmm.
So tormented relationship.
Would you let me say something here about, because we're talking about Dali
Mm-hmm.
and Picasso, that kind of dispute they had. Excuse me. But the sad part about the other person that he didn't get along very well, Federico Garcia Lorca, just for the sake of being gay, he was assassinated in Granada in early 1937. By the way, that's where he was from, Granada. Okay, a town nearby Granada. So yeah, that was a sad destiny of Federico Garcia Lorca. So the only dispute he had with Picasso, it was just that because he was assassinated. But following with the history you're telling, yeah, Dali remained here and Picasso exiled himself. And I just wanted to add this sad little
And
thing about
but
Federico Garcia Lorca.
it was a horrible war. It was a
Mm,
terrible war. And if you were not in the rule, if you were not the standard person, Franco would kill you. And that's what he did with Federico. I mean,
yeah.
he shot him because he was gay, because he was left wing. It was horrible. It was very, very sad. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's go back to Picasso. Let's
Oh
go
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Pablo.
Please, we'll go. I'm
So
sorry.
suddenly, Pablo Picasso, goes to Paris. He goes to Paris, and this is the beginning of the 1915, 16, 17, 19, 18, 1920s. It's a moment where we need to understand that the Russian Empire, the Tsars, have been assassinated in 1918.
Mm-hmm.
All the Russian money comes to Paris. They have a lot of money. And he's a young painter painting strange things. And he falls in love, conveniently in love, with Olga Koklova, who is going to be
Uh-huh.
his first wife.
Yeah.
Olga Koklova is going to introduce Pablo Picasso, her husband, with all of these huge, immensely wealthy Russian people who have money. They have been displaced from Russia all the way to Paris, and they just want to have fun. Uh, I don't want to say that Picasso used Olga, but he did. I mean, was it intentional or was it not intentional? We don't know. But it was the beginning of the career of Picasso. Thanks to this relationship, it is how Picasso became Picasso. Right? They had one kid, Paolo. Pablo is the father, Paolo is the son. And he Picasso is a passionate man. He's a man who exudes sexuality, exudes power, exudes passion. He's a person that overwhelms.
Mhm.
At least
Yeah.
that's what everybody says, and especially overwhelms women. He would use women for his personal pleasure. He loved to dominate them. He loved to control them, to do absolutely everything to them. It was like, you are my muse, and you are the muse of the best artist of the world. You devote to me.
Yeah, but he wasn't devoted just to the person he was married to at the time.
No,
No.
anything with a skirt would go.
Yeah.
Especially at this moment when he's with Olga, she cannot take it. It's like, okay, you have put me in the spot. I want the divorce. And Olga says, hell no, you are not going to get a divorce. She was much more conservative. So he says, I don't care. I'm having all of these affairs. She knows about the affairs. She goes on a huge depression. And one of her big Pablo Picasso's, the next love affair, it is Maria Teresa. Maria Teresa Water. Uh, Pablo is 45 years old. Maria Therese is 17. She's a baby. She is,
Ooh, whoa.
and it's this powerful man in the prime of his life, and prime of his career, overwhelms her.
Yeah.
Uh, they had a daughter, then they had son. I mean, it's horrible the way he treats Maria Therese. Maria Therese is just, I don't know. She's totally in love with the image of Pablo Picasso, with the passion of Picasso. She's she's like, I'm your muse, do whatever. But she's 17 years old. It is an illegal relationship. She's only 17. She cannot bear this relationship. They had a daughter, Maya. Uh, he is, let's say, a son of a gun. He is having many love affairs. I mean, he's married and he has a love affair with Maria Therese, but he has other love affairs.
Okay.
And
I was about to ask you, what time are we, what decade of the 1900s are we talking about?
Maya, the daughter, is born 1935.
Oh, so
Okay, so this
we're
is
talking about the late 40s.
the 1930s. Okay, but at the same time that he's
Yeah.
having an affair with Maria Therese, he's having another affair with his next muse, Dora Maar.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
he has three relationships, steady relationships at the same time. He is having Maria Therese on an apartment in Paris
Yeah.
with his daughter, with her daughter, and he visits a couple of days a week and gives them peanuts. And I mean, Maria Therese, at the end of her life, uh, Olga will die in 1955. Maria Therese, at the end of her life, she is, how do I say it? She took her life away. I mean, we cannot say the word
Mhm.
because this podcast would be censored. She couldn't bear. She couldn't bear
Right.
to have this guy mistreating her. He was super cheap to her. She's starving to death, and he has all of this money, all of these paintings. Give me one painting, I'll sell it and survive for the rest of my life and my kids' life. Nothing. He's like, oh, horrible guy. With Doramar, who's a photographer, Doramar is the girl who is going to take pictures of the process of Picasso's Guernica.
Also, all those photos that they are documented about the creation of Guernica's Picasso was
There we go.
done by Dora Maar.
Mm-hmm. There we
Hmm,
go.
right.
Again, psychological torment. I mean, this guy destroys all of these women. Dora Maar has a lot of nervous breakdowns. She cannot bear. I mean, she's like horrible. Yet again, now he's single again because Olga has died. He finds Francoise Gillot, and she is 21. At least she's legal age. He is 61. They're
Wow.
gonna have two kids, Claude and Paloma.
Hmm.
Paloma Picasso. Okay, uh, he is even cheaper to Frances Gillot.
I
I
was
mean,
about to say that.
he's having all of these kids with different women. He doesn't take care of them. He just can't care less. He is only devoted to himself and to his passions and to his
Mhm.
earthly crazy guy. Then, when he's 71, 10 years later, he meets Jacqueline Roque. And
Wait a minute, Francisco. Let me. Is something coming up to me right now. Wasn't this lady Francoise the one
uh-huh,
that Picasso had Claude and Paloma as
mhm.
kids? The only woman that dared to walk away from Picasso?
And that was such a mistake.
Why?
She was the only one who had the guts to say,
Yeah,
you're a son of a gun.
yeah.
I'm leaving you behind and I'm taking the kids. She left. And what did he do?
Tell me.
Betrayed her, talked bad about her behind her back, didn't give her any money. We're talking in a moment when women were not, she was an artist.
Hmm.
So she needed other galleries. He closed doors for her instead of opening doors. I mean, to me, out of all of these women, she was the most brave because she's the one who said, I cannot take
Enough.
you anymore.
Enough is
Enough.
enough.
I'm out.
Hmm.
But he made her life miserable. I mean, even war. I mean, he was, I don't want to say a psychopath, but that's very, very, very close to it. Anyway, at the end, Jacqueline, he gets married. She's
Hmm.
27, he's 71. Okay. Uh, she's deeply devoted to Pablo. And when he died, she couldn't bear. And she, again, another one, took her life away. I mean, whatever woman, first, there's a lot of writings about Pablo Picasso, how he treats his women. And he says, I read a beautiful article. Like, what he does is he first puts women on a pedestal. They're the muse. He eats them. He absorbs everything from them. He puts that image on paintings. That's that. All what he has is like, wow, that's you, the most perfect woman in the world. You
Hmm.
are now you're garbage. Get out.
Whoa,
Oh,
goodness.
that, I mean, imagine being a wife, being a lover, but imagine being a kid. I mean, if he's the worst husband, the worst partner, imagine as a father. I mean, he really was leaving all of these kids behind. He would, some of them, yes, he would care. Some of them he wouldn't care. Uh, but Paolo, the one he had with Olga, he well went into alcoholism. He went down, down, down. I mean,
Yeah.
having such a father putting always you down, you're nothing, I am good, you are bad. Paolo died of alcoholism, related with
Hmm.
alcoholism.
Yes.
I read a biography of Paolo saying that he he didn't die of alcoholism. He took his life away with alcohol
Mm.
because
What a shame. What a
it
shame.
was it was just fading, fading, fading. It was horrible. But the grandson, the Paolo,
Hmm.
had a kid called Pablito. Pablito. So we have Pablo, Paolo, Pablito. The grandkid.
Yeah.
He he was very weak. It is. I haven't. It's not. He was gay, but I have read some comments that maybe he was with a grandpa like Pablo Picasso.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being gay.
Well, but no, 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 no. Of course, no, no. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know. I'm not.
But
I'm not. I'm not telling you. I'm just making a comment. But
but for
I
Pablo,
yeah, that's what I meant.
his
Just having
own
that
blood,
background. Oh my God. Yeah.
it was like no. So again, it's not. I have not found. Yes, he was gay. He had a relationship. No, but there's a lot of things. He was very sensible. Right?
Hmm.
When Picasso died, he couldn't bear this emptiness that his grandfather created in him,
Hmm. Yeah.
and he drank half a gallon of bleach and took his life away.
Oh my God.
I mean, whatever he touches, he destroys. He is an artist. That's all he is. He is
Hmm.
not a good human being. I mean, to me, it's so sad when you learn about him as a person. And again, his paintings, his sculptures, his murals, everything is so beautiful, so perfect, so
Yeah.
amazing. But his values, his human values, were so, 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 so low. I mean,
I am a little bit speechless. I knew a little bit about all that, womanizer, and treating like garbage to his lovers, and having a lover within a lover while he was married, and all these kind of things. But his descendants, I mean, Paloma, I think I read her memories what many many years ago. She even launched a perfume. Remember, Paloma Picasso?
well, she did.
Yeah.
I mean, she is a very creative woman.
Yeah.
She worked for Tiffany's. She has done some jewelry.
Yeah, that's right.
To me, Paloma Picasso, she's one of the ones who inherit. Okay,
Hmm.
she got a lot of money once Grandpa died.
Yeah.
To me, she's the perfect image of a Studio 54 in New York City. Is that image of,
Seriously.
yeah, a beautiful woman,
Yeah.
powerful. She
Yeah.
was, yeah, Paloma, she had the
Yeah.
temperamental of her grandpa, right? Without, I don't know
The
if she has
without
a
the
dark side,
attitude, without
but
the attitude.
without the dark side of Paloma.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Oh my
Paloma,
goodness.
to me, Paloma Picasso, she is a passionate woman, creative as her grandpa, obviously living the shade of your Pablo Picasso. It's who can we live under that big, big dark shadow? But again, it's an artist. And we have some, today, in today's society, we have people like Woody Allen. Should we judge his work for his personal life? What about
I'm
Roman
not I'm not a
Polanski?
I'm not a big fan of Woody Allen, I have to admit.
But
Seriously.
his, to me, his movies are incredible. Incredible.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean,
Okay.
to me, Midnight in Paris, there are many movies that I love, but his personal life is like weird.
Um,
You get married to your stepdaughter. It's like weird. All of these things are very creative people that their personal lives are very weird. So should we accept them? Should we not judge them? Pablo Picasso, if he was alive today, he would have, I don't think he would have succeeded in today's society because it would
could
not
be.
have been acceptable
Yeah.
being such an son of a gun. Because
just just to be nice.
yes, to be nice. I mean, put any bad word into that. Because I mean, he in today's society,
Yeah.
yes, creativity I'm gonna accept. Yes, but you're not going to put down a woman because now she's not your muse. No, you gotta give her
Mm.
something. You're not gonna have 100,000 lovers and then get away with it. No, you're not. So, but that is again our eyes, our brain today. We cannot judge back then.
Obviously, yeah, because society has changed, but it doesn't matter when you think that he's wise because he had four, you said, right?
Well,
Lo
married, I think it was only three. Oh God, now I'm
Three or four?
well,
Well, three, four, doesn't matter. I mean, because they were lovers, ex-lovers,
yeah,
lovers,
lover of the
covered,
lover.
etc.,
Yeah,
etc. I mean, if all of them suffered greatly, I remember that. I mean, Dora Maar. I know that she had a nervous breakdown, and Olga Koklova never got over him. So they did suffer a lot. They did suffer a lot. I don't know if anyone, and don't get me wrong, this might sound a little bit harsh and hard to say, but I don't know when Picasso passed away, someone said, well, you know, like we say here in Spain, every
cada cerdo le llega a su San Martín. Let's see how you translate that.
every pig has his time.
Time.
Yeah, it is a saying in Spanish, which
Yeah.
is meaning that sooner or later you're gonna get what you have been. It's like a karma, right? Getting back to you.
But
But in this
do
case,
you
I do
think,
believe that karma uh, got to Picasso quite late because he died quite old, didn't he?
yeah, he died super old, and I don't think he, sorry, I don't think he had any remorse of what he did.
Oh, I mean, knowing his personality by the things you said now, I'm pretty sure he didn't have
Like
any remorse now,
he
not at
could
all.
care less about
Yeah,
what he did and
yeah.
what his women felt or didn't feel. It was like when you were my muse, you were
Mm,
okay. Now you're not my muse. Get out.
yeah. He died in 1973 because Franco passed in 1975, and he promised when he left Spain that he would never get back to Spain while Franco was alive. So he never got back to Spain because passing in 73, it was 2 years before Franco
Before
died,
Franco
you
died.
know. And he
So
was, how old was he?
he
91?
was, I think it was 91.
Yeah,
Yeah,
91.
super,
Yeah.
super. I mean, he had a very, that is, I mean, he had a very prolific career. He has almost 50,000 paintings and
Oh,
works of
yeah.
art. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's endless
he's
pieces of art
beyond.
of all kinds. Yeah. So
And
his legacy, let's say, let's put a silver lining about all this,
mhm,
besides all this drama. His legacy is that he left behind four children: Paulo, as you mentioned, Maya, Claude, and Paloma. And that is, a good legacy, leaving, kids after you, but also the legacy of the art that, under my opinion, and besides everything we've mentioned today, I think that has shaped the legacy of modern art forever. Don't you think, Francisco?
He changed the perception of modern art. He was a visionary. He did work like crazy. He always said that a, an artist should always be awake because the muses might come at night. So he would always paint, 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 create, create, create. He was very little. I mean, he was a passionate man for everything, for his relationships,
Mm.
for his work, for everything. So he was a very complicated man, but gosh, what an artist. What an
Yeah.
amazing, amazing, amazing artist.
There is a program, I cannot remember what channel or what producer or company made it, that is called, I mean, the title of that is about him, about Picasso, okay? And the title is a three series chapter. Maybe it's in YouTube. I haven't searched, but maybe. It's called Picasso, Master or Monster?
Perfect. Because he was a master and he was a monster. He was a
Yeah.
monster.
And
Really.
I've seen it, and my God, the things that they say, people related to him, art historians, even some of the grandsons that they're still alive, they talk about him, and they say, I mean,
Nothing good.
nothing good about it. So, Francisco, I've taken the liberty because when we talked about for our listeners here, we do some brainstorming about ourselves regarding what
Mhm.
topics we're going to touch. So, when we decided that we were going to make this podcast, and I saw that documentary, I mean, sometimes it looks like if you're envisioning the future, like about a couple of months after we made the list of this podcast and this one was going to be recorded, um, it's just a mere coincidence. I was rolling through the grill on my TV, and I saw that Picasso, Master or
Because
Monster. I said, "What the heck is this?" So I just plugged on on that program, and it was luckily it was the chapter one out of the three. So I recorded them, and I saw them. So I have seen them all, and just to prepare a little bit all this podcast. I mean, you are the one who's been leading the voice in here, but of course,
yeah,
I need it to
we
be documented about it. I've taken the liberty to make a little closure here. If you
okay.
don't mind, can I read it?
Please do so.
Okay. Well, look, um, this is what it came out of my mind. So, what's Picasso a real story? He was a genius, no doubt, a master of reinvention, but he was also deeply complicated, a man who adored women, yet often left destruction in his wake. His art, revolutionary. His relationship, a roller coaster. Love him or hate him, Picasso has changed the game. And that's why we're still talking about him today.
Oh, beautiful. Those are very wise words.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing.
It took me a long time to come with that, you know?
I was like, okay, let's see how I. That's
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful. But it's true. It was like
yeah.
master, monster. Who
Mm,
knows?
who
I guess
knows?
both sides can work in one brain.
Mhm. But although we still recommend you, I mean, Francisco, let me tell you, the very first time I went to New York, excuse me, you know what I did? The moment I landed, it was a night flight from, I think it was from Seattle to New York. So you leave Seattle, and with the time difference, you sleep on the plane for 6 or 6.5 hours. You land in New York, JFK, very early in the morning. I just went to the hotel. I left the bags there. My room wasn't ready. So I went to was it now I can't remember if it was the MoMA or the Metropolitan. I think it was Metropolitan. And all I wanted to see was the ladies of Avignon.
Ah, the Mademoiselle d'Avignon.
Marcelo Savignon. You know what I did when I saw that?
Cry. I
I
would
cried.
cry.
I cried.
I think I cried too the first time I saw it. The first
Yeah.
time it was like,
You know
it,
that you know that is a syndrome.
it's, yes, I've heard, what is the name?
Stendhal.
Stendhal.
Stendhal
You see
syndrome
beauty and you cannot control
is
tears.
when you are surrounded by beauty and you have no control of your emotions and your heart, you get palpitations, you cannot control it, and suddenly you can feel your tears rolling down your cheeks. I cried. I just
It
cried.
is. It's
So whatever we have said today about Picasso, whether it's true or not, is a legend, it is a gossip, is whatever, is what everybody talks about him. But they also talk about how
it's genius.
genius he was in his works. Okay.
So that's what we want to share with all of you guys today.
Yeah, this was the topic of this week. That's right.
So if you have liked our talk today, it would be amazing if you give us a thumb up.
Yep.
And please subscribe to our channel. I don't care if it's YouTube
Please.
or
Yeah. Any audio
Spotify, anything.
platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iBooks, Amazon,
Whatever.
everything. Absolutely everything. That helps immensely. If you want to get in touch with us for any issues, suggest any topics, and or share any thoughts with us, our email is spanishloops@gmail.com. And chicos, we will see you next week. Francisco, thank you very much for all this intro that you have given us about Picasso. Let's call him by his name, Picasso, right?
Picasso. Pablo Ruiz.
And
Yes,
I will
thank you
see you
so
next
much.
week. I will see you next week and everybody else.
It has been a great pleasure. We love you all. Adios, amigos. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
And as usual, we want to thank all our listeners for being there every week, letting us sharing our talks. Follow us in Spanish Loops in Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or your favorite platform.
And in Instagram, you can find us as the Spanish Loops Podcast. No spaces altogether. If you want to find us the quickest way, just Google Spanish Loops Podcast and you will find us. Hasta la vista, amigos.
See you next week.